All right, here we go. Um, all right, let's take a look at the Imperium row here, which, oh, look at this. Kwisatz Haderach right on the table, right off the top. And Sardaukar Legion, other than that, I mean, it's potentially interesting cards. The Missionara Protectiva will go well with the Kwisatz Haderach. By itself is not particularly exciting. Leto being picked. Okay, I wonder to what degree people care about the Imperium row. I find it weird that you can even look at it before you pick your leader, but that's just how it is. What do I want to do here? You know, who I haven't played is Memnon. Um, so let me just pick him, just to pick him. He's not my favorite leader. I don't think he's the most powerful leader, but that's fine. Let's just pick him. And we're skirmishing here. All right, opening hand, we've got a diplomacy. So this could be, depending on what Mimic does here, I would be tempted to go Still Suits, the Great Flat, and then next turn, just do a Selmalange Swordmaster. Getting the High Council seat early would obviously be nice to try to be the one to get this. But I don't really see a way to do it. Next turn, I would have 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I were to be able to just like get +2 onto that, it wouldn't quite do it. All right, so Mimic, the Beast, has gone to Haga Basin to start with. That's interesting. So he's lining up for a Swordmaster there. I guess that's interesting because the Beast does start with a Spice. But anyway, let me go ahead and we'll do this. Deploy troops. I'll deploy 1, and then I have the option of deploying 2 more when I go here. Beast has 2 troops in. Now, the nice thing is I have 2 daggers in my hand, and so I have a pretty good chance of pulling out this combat here. Okay, Mimic does get an intrigue card, which potentially gives him an advantage here, and he's going 4 troops. If I go 3 troops... Oh, he's only going 3. Interesting. If he just goes 2, then I'll put in my 2. I think. Yeah, okay. In that case, I don't think I'll put in any. I think I'll just let it. I'll just let it be. Let's grab my spice. And yeah, let's not bother. We'll let, because the best I can do is tie, and I'm not so interested in that I want to invest. Hey, Mecha 450, good to see ya. So I've got a new microphone here. Mecca, how does it sound? Does it sound all right? I just I plugged it into my computer like 5 minutes before going on here. So we're doing a live test. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Nice. Thank you. The Baron is in on this for one. So I'm hoping that my two daggers will. The mic is a tad low. Okay. All right, let's reveal. Alito also has 4, so we're gonna tie for 1 spice. All right, 2 to spend. That's just gonna be an Arrakis liaison, and that will be that. Okay, so the Missionara Protectiva getting picked up, and more Bene Gesserit cards are starting to appear in the row here. Surely that's a Sardaukar Legion. No? Wait, did I make... For 5 persuasion. Huh. Okay, so yeah, we tie for last, we get a spice. That was an interesting choice that Latex made there. 5 persuasion, just picked up the gene manipulation, and didn't even get an Arrakis liaison for his trouble. All right, so the plan is the plan. We're gonna go sell some spice. And I could sell 4 spice. And I think I will. I'll just sell it all. Yeah, this is a really tasty little row here. Unfortunately, like, let's say I decide to go to, High Council instead, it's still not good enough, right? It would take me to 3, 4, 5. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to go with the Swordmaster plan. And then we'll see where Seek Allies takes me. If it's available, it might be straight back to still suits again. Replenish a little bit of spice. Get the Swordmaster. Okay, so Nerdetritus here, going for the High Council seat, which is, a big deal. There's a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to see if I can get it next turn. Sitting on 2 Solari right now. I'm not... Well... I could consider using my reconnaissance. I was planning to send the Seek Allies somewhere. But I could, if I wanted to go in on this, potentially use the reconnaissance to do so. The advantage of it would be getting some like fast Solari right now so that I could go to High Council seat, kind of immediately next turn. Although I don't know if that's super likely given the Solari counts on these two. Now, they may be saving up for Swordmaster. They may not want to invest it in the High Council seat next round. But there's a chance that I get blocked there if I try to go that route. So we'll just see how things play out here. So far, nobody is in on this. It's looking pretty attractive for 6 Solari. We'll see what Mimic decides to do. 2 troops in the garrison here. Same as me. But sitting on 2 intrigue cards, and I have no kind of daggers to back up a play like that. Okay, goes to Carthag. Probably going to throw in at least 1 troop, you've got to imagine. 3. But still, second place is pretty attractive here. Because that would save me, basically it would save me a turn. I wouldn't have to go to secure contract in order to be eligible for the High Council seat. And so I think that's what I want to do. That will... The sort of suboptimal thing is I would have preferred to go to Carthag myself, because going to Arakeen here, I'm just going to do it, and we'll see what I draw. And it's a dagger. That might... The dagger makes me consider throwing in 3 myself, but no, let's just go 1, and we'll be happy with the 4 Solari. If I were being really hardcore here, I could have tried to like look in the discard pile, see how many daggers. He has 2 daggers in his discard pile, so getting in the 2 troops would have been a high chance of victory. If he wanted to win, it might have forced him to use one of his intrigue cards. But that's fine. But the thing is, the difference of 2 Solari to me is not worth 2 troops, really. I mean, it's 2 Solari and maybe denying him 2 Solari, so you can look at it that way also. But regardless, I'd rather just spend 1 troop and get 4. All right, and once again, I'm revealing for a big fat 2. And it's going to be another Arrakis liaison. Liaison. Un liaison d'Arrakis, tu sais. All right. All right. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are going so far. I've got my early Swordmaster, and I already have enough Solari for the High Council seat. Going to the High Council seat also allows me to get an influence, which I think is likely to go to Freeman here. But we'll see. I'm not hard committed anywhere, honestly. I don't have anything super pushing me one way or the other. And now I can't get ahead on this track, which I would like to do. Check, check. Turned up my microphone a little bit here. Hopefully that's coming through a little bit clearer. Check, check, check. 1, 2. And hopefully I'm not blasting anybody's ears. Okay, good. Thanks, Mecha. I appreciate the sound engineering going on over there. And while you're at it, let me know about the balance if the game sound is still audible. Okay, so Mimic, I think, will want to take a Swordmaster this round, but he doesn't necessarily have to do it this turn because no one else is competing for it. I already have mine. No one else has enough Solari to do it. So he may be considering, does he want to get the Swordmaster right now or, wait, do something else higher priority now. For my part, yeah, okay, going to wealth. So I would expect to see a Swordmaster next time. Going hard into this Imperial Alliance, it looks like. Whoa. Look at that. Okay, what did he just get? Bribery. It's hard to, like, why can't I see that card right now? Anyway, it's my turn. So let's just go ahead and get the High Council seat. We'll get that out of the way. And that actually, I think that actually, how much influence does that put me at? 2, 4, 6, 8. That would be enough for the Kwisatz Haderach. I could do something crazy like an early reveal. Let me go ahead and just get that Freeman bump right now so that I'm eligible to go to Siege Tabor if that's something I want to do. Huh. Do I want to get crazy and early reveal? I'm sacrificing 2 agents to do it, which I'm hoping will get paid back by 2 uses of the Kwisatz Haderach. I don't know. Well, first of all, we'll see if Nerdetridus can get it. Oh no, finishing their agent turn. I'm considering it. What would I do instead? Well, the diplomacy could go somewhere. I could go to secrets. I could go to fold space. I could do something useful with that for sure. What I would like to do is get this Hardy Warriors, but I can't. I guess I could. I guess I could go Arrakis Liaison to Siege Tabor and then diplomacy to Hardy Warriors. That's something I could do. And the reason I would want to go here is not even necessarily for the troops, but just to get ahead on this potential alliance. It's very tempting. I don't. It doesn't feel super worth it to lose 2 turns to grab that, but it does keep it out of everyone else's hands. And it should kind of pay for itself over time. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Who got the Jessica? Did the Baron just do it? No, when... Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Who actually got that? It's hard to... It's a little bit hard to use this thing here. What is this? The action log. Where did that Jessica go? Well, oh, here it is. The Baron did acquire the Jessica. Okay. Everybody getting in on this conflict except for me. All prizes shall be claimed. Gunthopter is a nice card for sure. Okay. Wow, look at the persuasion again. So that's going to leave me with... Well, we'll see, I guess. Look at Mimic here with 4 agents. Should I just early reveal for Spice Must Flow? No. No, I should not. This is a lot of spice sitting here. Probably that's going to mean that Latex Lido here will probably grab that. Look at this, though. That's kind of crazy, and I can't actually get any of it. Oh, man. That's sad. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that much spice built up on all of those spaces at one time. All right, well, it's going to be still suits here. And I'm going to use the Seek Allies to do it. And 2 troops in already from Mr. Beast. My next play is likely to be Diplomacy, which might be 2 Hardy Warriors, in which case I don't need to put in any, but I'll just throw in 1 for now. So yeah, I think my play here is going to be Diplomacy, 2 Hardy Warriors, just to get that alliance going. And then we'll see what these liaisons want to get up to. And is it worth kind of going hard with these? Going hardy with these warriors? Um, it would be nice to grab 2 intrigue cards and a faction influence. I don't have any kind of support in the way of daggers or intrigue cards. Um, it is tempting. I don't like having no intrigue cards. It's nice to have at least 1 or 2, just so you kind of it gives you better direction, and it can just kind of improve your decision making. Knowing, if you have an end game card, for example, the earlier you know about it, the better off you are. Knowing you have a combat intrigue card can influence your decision making about various things. They're nice to have. They're very powerful cards. I mean, they can be useless as well, but most of the time they're pretty fancy. Um, so I'm considering throwing in like 3 troops here from Hardy Warriors. Ooh, the rally troops. The rally troops makes me hesitate a little bit because that makes me feel like he's gonna go for this, and I'll be throwing in troops for like second place, which is a lot less desirable. But I'm still gonna do this. Grab the alliance. That grabs me another water. Now, what do I want to do with this? I'd have to put in 2 just to even fight for second here. Um, third is like almost as good. You know what? I am going to put in 2. And we'll see what the Baron does. So I would like to get this. I mean, ideally, I would like first, and I'm still open to trying for that with through either Arakeen or Carthag, if the opportunity presents itself, which it probably won't. But I'm open to it. Oh. Really? The Baron wants to fight me for this? Why? Why does he want to do that? But I would like to get that extra spice, because what I'm thinking is, especially given that I have the Kwisatz Haderach in my deck, um, selective breeding is a pretty attractive board space, because I want to thin out my deck and draw cards at the same time. Get that Kwisatz Haderach rolling to try to pay back the the 2 agents that I didn't use in order to pick it up. All right, so my opportunities to get more involved in this combat have been eliminated. Um, so we'll see. I may end up with second. I may end up with third. Enemy agents don't block. Okay, so I'm guessing that means... oh, still suits. That's interesting. I guess he really wants the water. Um, wants to unlock Siege Tabor, I suppose. So how many troops does he throw in here? It looks like I may end up just with third, after all. Which is pretty sad. 3 troops committed for third place is, it's not ideal, but... Okay, maybe I sneak out second here. Now, can I do anything at all useful with an Arrakis liaison? The answer is kind of no. I mean, the best I can do is Hall of Oratory. I mean, is it worth doing that, or should I just sit on 8 persuasion and hope that that gets me some good stuff here? I mean, at the moment it could get me a 5 and a 3 potentially. They're probably gone though, right? So basically what I'd be hoping is like, please, Chom shares, just show up here. But no, let's just get another troop. You know, it's sort of balancing a guaranteed small something, right? It's much better to have a troop in your garrison than not to have a troop in your garrison. But I'm risking extreme disappointment if a big 8 cost card shows up here, right? If the Chom shares shows up and and I'm at 7 instead of 8, I'll definitely kick myself. So leaving myself at 8 is partly, so that I could get that card if it showed up, but also it's just insurance against the kicking myself feeling if it shows up. So far, so good. Two shifting allegiances sitting there. That's probably a card I'll pick up. I don't know if I'll get both. We'll see. We'll see what's left. All right, so it looks like I'm going to get second place here. We'll see. All right. I could go Cheney Arrakis Liaison, or I could go 2 shifting allegiances. At the moment, these are not doing a lot of work for me, and I kind of want to put my spice into selective breeding if I can. I'm going to grab the Cheney because that gets me a water, which... wonder if a recruiter would be a handy thing to have. Or just go kind of towards Spice Must Flow action here. Okay, I'm going to do that. So the reason I went for the Cheney is that got me a water, which opens up the Great Flat here for me. Which is, a huge amount of spice just sitting there. All right, the Baron wins. I feel like the Baron is going to fight me right here. Yeah, why Baron? I guess the Baron wants the water? It does kind of put me in an awkward position because it means I either have to defend this alliance or get this water. Because now the Baron is ready to snag it. So I guess I can respect that. Okay, how likely is it that the Baron has faction access right now? Reasonably likely. I don't know what his deck contains, but there's at least a diplomacy in here somewhere. He's a reasonable chance of having it. I don't know if he has any other Freeman access cards. The thing is, if I want to go here now, I have to use the Kwisatz Haderach preemptively, which means I'm kind of wasting an agent, which I don't love. I'm trying to think if there's any reason I want to put a card on top of my deck to immediately draw it. Sorry, that's not what that card even does. All right, so I'm going to risk losing this alliance here. we'll throw in... We'll throw in 1 troop for now. So I'm just gambling. I'm hoping, okay, he's got another chance here. I'm hoping that he doesn't have faction access. And the reason I did that is because I want to be able to, when I play the Kwisatz Haderach, I don't want to have to pull an agent. Okay, he did not have the access. Okay, that's really great news. The Kwisatz Haderach sends one of your agents from anywhere to any board space. And so if I don't have any agents on the board yet, I just have to send an agent. It's just a regular card, basically, which kind of, it's still powerful. You can go to any board space, you draw a card, but you basically lose an agent turn. And so I gambled by going here first. Also, I really wanted to get that 6 spice. That was tasty spice. Because now when I play the Kwisatz Haderach, I can pull the agent from here and send it over here. It's a little awkward because I don't really want to go to these spaces particularly. What I much prefer to do is go to selective breeding. So I could continue to gamble that he didn't get one, right? He tried really hard. He used an intrigue card to draw. He went to Mentat to draw. But, this is kind of what I'd like to get going here. It's not that the cards I'm drawing right now are that powerful, but I want to get my deck thin. I want to get myself closer to drawing the Kwisatz Haderach again. The question is, do I want to risk this? And the answer, I think, is that I do. I think I do, but I don't have to do it yet. Trying to decide if I want to get very involved in this conflict. The beast is looking like he's going to take it down. A second place would kind of be fine. Maybe a Carthag would be a decent play. Get myself another intrigue card. I'm going to do that. Okay, that's nice to see. And I think I'm going to hold there. We'll see if the Baron managed to do it. So if I do go to selective breeding, I will draw all 3 of those cards. Interesting to see the shifting allegiances just kind of sitting there. Okay, he did get it. All right, well, I lose the alliance. Yeah, that's okay. I had my chance to defend it. I opted not to. And, it probably wasn't a good decision, honestly. Like, you don't want to lose your alliances. But I'm going into this I'm like sunk cost fallacy or something. I'm going all in on this Kwisatz Haderach plan. you know, I sacrificed 2 agent turns to get it, and now I'm warping my strategy around making sure I get it more. So that's fine. We'll just see how this goes. Um, I will take my agent off of the Great Flat because that's fine. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't want to lose any of those, so we'll get rid of... I don't have a lot of desert access if I lose the Dune, but I don't need that many Dune the Desert planets. Or that many Dunes the Desert planets. Ah, that was my last chance to put in troops. Yeah. So what am I going to do with my remaining options here? I could just reveal now and take that. Honestly, I think that's probably the right play because the only other thing I can really do is go to Hall of Oratory. And if I wait, somebody else might snag this up, and the Baron would love to get that. So it's just going to be a reveal. Although I do have this as well. I don't think it's really worth using right now, is it? So I don't need the extra persuasion, but it would let me put this on top of my deck. Let's do it. Huh. At this point, I don't think I want to clog up my deck with that. So I'm going to pass. So what I would really like is for is to draw my Kwisatz Haderach next turn so I can combo it with the Reverend Mother. That would be very nice. What did the Baron just do there to get a point? Spice must flow. Yeah. Okay, at the moment, Leto and I are tying for second. That's fine. I'm not feeling great. Okay, unfortunately, I did not get my Kwisatz Haderach here. Discarding does feel bad. Unfortunately, I won't be able to trigger it because I don't have another Bene Gesserit card in play to combo with it. The only one I have in my deck is the Kwisatz Haderach here. But it's still a nice card to have. What do I want to do now? Um, maybe I go to Arakeen and draw a card and hope I get it. Something I could do. I mean, do I try to just hold off and get Spice Must Flow? Let's just do this. In for one. Ouch. Ouch. In for two would have been better. I wonder if I should have done that. It might be a Spice Must Flow kind of a turn here. So at the moment, I'm sitting on 9 persuasion. Let's say I use my Dune the Desert Planet for some reason. I don't have a lot of great places to use it, but if I were, that'd be -1. Um, Looking back, throwing all the troops in probably would have made more sense because I have the Cheney, which could retreat them. Yeah, Mentat would have been another good option for me as well. But it's gone. I think I have to try to get a Spice Must Flow here. My points are in bad shape. You know, if I didn't want to do that, I could send the Reverend Mother to like secrets. That gets me a point there, gets me maybe closer to doing something with that. I could try to fight back for this alliance, you know, maybe. I'm kind of tempted to do that, but it's just going to be so sad if it doesn't work out. I'll do it. And I'm going to leave it at that. Does the Baron want to go to Hardy Warriors? Can the Baron go to Hardy Warriors? Probably can't. But he will be going first next turn. Oh boy. So yeah, I forgoed. What's the proper past tense of to forego? Um, the past participle is forgone. So is it forwent? That's pretty weird. Anyway, I didn't decide to try to get a Spice Must Flow this turn. Possibly I should have, but instead I'm trying to steal this point back from the Baron. Um, I have a reasonable chance of getting there next turn, but the Baron going first next, it makes it a little bit tough. He's going to be reshuffling his deck. He has one diplomacy that can get him there. It could work. Look at all of the people living life in peace. Well, not so much. At the moment, I'm just sitting here with 1. Um, if it ends up getting me 2 water, I'm okay with it. We'll see. I feel like it might just end up being 1. The beast, I assume, is going to fight for this. My next play, I think, will be sending the Reverend Mother to secrets here. I'll be giving up the spice and the persuasion, but that is okay. Let's get ahead on that track. Okay. Okay, so we have some combat intrigue cards waiting in the wings, waiting for their time. Depending on what happens here, I may be tempted to use one of them. But we'll see. Okay, Leto, I'm sure wants in on this. It's too juicy, right? Why wouldn't you do it? Just put in 2. I mean, I guess the reason would be you think the beast is going to come in and swoop in at the end and take it. Huh. Trashing itself. All right, so yeah, it is kind of looking like it's going to be a 3rd place for me because I assume the beast is going to go to Carthag here. Though, I suppose going to Carthag lets him put in 3 troops. That might not be a win. But I'm kind of okay if it's just 1 water. That puts me at 2 water, which opens up a research station, which is a pretty important thing to have. When I have this thing in my deck, I want to be able to get that. Ideally, I want to get it when I can combo it with the Reverend Mother, which unfortunately was not happening this turn. Okay. How did he just trash? What did he use? Oh, Guild Administrator. Okay. Well, I think it's time to get a Shifting Allegiances here. I'm tempted to pick this up because that does combo with the Kwisatz Haderach and it combos with the Reverend Mother. So let me do it. I don't love it. I would much rather have gotten that, but that wasn't possible. So what are you going to do? So the beast here, with the luxury of waiting for everyone else to reveal before he even has to decide how he wants to deal with this conflict. So how does he want to deal with it is a good question. Goes to the Great Flat, collecting 4 spice, Throws in 2 troops. Okay. So kind of just looking to reclaim the 2 water that was spent to go there, I guess. Okay. Do I want to play one of these in order to get... I mean, I guess I could theoretically fight for first if I used both, but no. All right. Latex wins the point. So the points are, you know, close at the moment. Battle of Arakeen. Oh, good. The beast getting a defensive bonus. Just what we all need. Ooh, and I don't get the chance to lock that up. We'll see if the Baron does. Well, if he doesn't, and maybe even if he does, it's looking like a research station kind of a play to me. Mentat, yeah. Okay, so I guess he didn't. I guess, maybe, that he didn't get that. Both of us really wanted. The unfortunate thing, I suppose... Yeah, it's okay. I could go to Research Station. Then I'd have to use the Kwisatz Haderach to go there, because I'd be out of water by that point. So I'd have to go back to still suits again. What am I talking about? Nobody's even at still suits yet. I would like to win this conflict. There's a chance... I'm the only one with 6 spice at the moment, but... There's 2 spice sitting here. If Mimic goes there, he'll then be at 6. So he'll be open for Hayliner power. He may be considering Research Station as well. If he doesn't, I'm definitely doing it. High Council. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, let's see what we get. I know what we're going to get, but let's get it. Do I deploy my 1 troop? I don't know if there's a whole lot of point yet. I'm not going to do it because my plan is to go to still suits to lock up that alliance and go to Hayliner to see if I can get that. I think I have a decent shot. I mean, especially with my intrigue card backups. Now, everyone else also has intrigue cards. But basically what I'm looking at here is... Yeah. A lot of the combat spots are kind of blocked already. Now, Mimic does have water, could go to Hardy Warriors and throw in a bunch of troops. So there's a chance that the Hayliner might not even be enough to win. It probably will be. I might even be able to get a Spice Must Flow this turn as well. We'll see. I think the first order of business has to be locking up this alliance. I really don't want to gamble that the Baron, I don't think the Baron has a way of getting there. I think he probably would have done it. I think he's trying to get it, right? Mentat, draw a card. Arakeen, draw a card. Oh. The Beast goes to Hayliner. Okay. So much for that dream. I mean, I could still Kwisatz Haderach to Hayliner myself, which could be amusing. We'll see. I'm going to leave that open. But first order of business has to be... It has to be this. Yeah, I need to get that alliance. I'm not going to deploy any troops because I'm just going to... Yeah. I don't know if it's super worth it. I am still considering going to Hayliner here. So I'm just going to sit on that. If I don't... I mean, the dream would be to use the Kwisatz Haderach and draw the Gaius, right? And then make everybody discard 2 cards. Although by the time I do it, they might not even have cards in their hand. They might have already revealed. So I guess it's not that exciting. Let me see what the Beast does here. He might be quite happy with that as it is. But I'm pretty tempted to just come in over the top. 6 troops. I would be able to put in 6 troops. 2 intrigue cards, 2 intrigue cards. We'll see here. If he throws in a bunch more troops, okay, there's Siege Tabor. How much does he want to reinforce this? Theoretically, he shouldn't be too worried, right? The Hayliner is blocked. He does know I have Kwisatz Haderach. Oh, he's undoing that. Okay. He's going back to it. Did he just use a different card? All right, so he did not commit any troops. He did not commit any troops. I'm going to go for it. Choose an agent to send. Let's send this one up there. And let's see if we can pull this off. Ooh, potential Spice Must Flow money as well. Let's throw them all in. Got 1 dagger to support that. Baron with 3. We'll see if he has any intrigue cards. I mean, he may, but he has no spice to power up like the really strong combat intrigue cards. Oh, what in the world? The Baron. What in the world? Ooh, good thing I got that. And a Spice Must Flow. Big moves from the Baron here. Wow. Okay, so I can add 7, 8. Let's see. That's gonna be 13 plus 4 would be 17. All right. Now what do I want to do? I have no way of adding any troops in here. It's probably worth using this signet ring to get 3 spice. Either that or I'm getting Solari so that I can rally troops. I'm going to grab spice. And we'll grab a spice must flow. Don't want... Look at this. A whole row full of 1s. Okay, he has an ambush. Does he have another one? Fuck it. Let's all have 17. Okay, now I should be able to pass here and wait. And I should have another chance. Does it work that way? It better, because that's how this game is supposed to work. Okay? You better give me a chance. What? Okay, that is a bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. I'm supposed to have another chance to play an intrigue card there. The way that the rules of the game work is once every player has passed consecutively, then intrigues can't be played anymore. But I played one. And so I should have had another chance. I would have liked to have won that. Okay, choose 2. Well, I'll take an intrigue, and I'll take some more spice. So I had seen it mentioned that it might work that way in the digital game, and I hadn't seen it for myself. So I kind of wanted to just confirm that that's actually what was going on. Because yeah, I shouldn't have to play both my cards there at once. Okay, so getting my head back into this game here. I mean, being at 7 would have been a lot better. Now, for all I know, No, everyone else was given another chance to play cards there, so I was the only one who got screwed. um, all right, what do we have here? Okay, I would like to get my hands on those cards because I want to trigger my Bene Gesserit bonuses. So this might be another research station play. Because using my intrigue card there didn't. Well, I guess it made me tie for second place as opposed to getting third. Anyway, whatever. It's in the past. Shifting allegiances doesn't help me a whole lot here. So yeah, I want research station. The only way I can do it is with this Arrakis liaison. So let's just go ahead and do some research. I have no troops. So if I want to combo, I have to choose which one I want to trigger, right? Do I want to trigger the Reverend Mother, or do I want to trigger the Missionara Protectiva? Do I want an influence somewhere, or do I want to make everyone discard 2 cards? I think I want to make people discard 2 cards. I mean, the influences would be nice. Potentially get me closer to this alliance, which I'm now kind of in a contest for. The other thing I need to consider is whether I'll even have an opportunity to play this, because she can only go to unloading your Chom shares now, I guess, because you're sitting at 3 intrigue cards. She can only go to Bene Gesserit and Emperor spaces. Both Emperor spaces are blocked. One of the Bene Gesserit spaces is blocked. So the only opportunity she has to be played is to secrets. So I'd be taking a risk a little bit. If I send the Missionara Protectiva out first, 2 Hayliners in a row. If I send the Missionara Protectiva out first, I'm risking the fact that secrets could be blocked by the time my turn comes around again. And that would be very sad. It also would mean I'm trying to think if I'm going to be able to get Spice Must Flow money here. And if I use those 3 persuasion, that'll drop me down to 8, and I will not be able to do it. Which is kind of a problem. It's probably worth it to probably stop other people from getting one, but well, if I go to Arakeen and draw a card, that might fix me up there. So let me do that. Who knows? Maybe I even get Kwisatz Haderach. Oh, it didn't get me the persuasion. Do I go in here and try to get cheap little spice? I'll try. Okay, so that is a bummer. Really would have liked to have bought a Spice Must Flow. There were only 2 cards basically in my whole deck that didn't give me persuasion there, so I got pretty unlucky with that play. Secrets is still available so far. Okay, Leto now in the lead here. Kind of sneaking up the scoreboard in these last few rounds. The Beast looking pretty certain to grab 2 victory points right now. Okay, so it's time for me to just kind of ruin everyone's day here. Unless the Beast ruins my day. No, goes to Mentat. Mentat would have been actually a pretty good play for me as well. To be honest, I've been kind of forgetting about the Mentat this game. But that's fine. Let's do it. I will forgo Spice Must Flow once again in order to hurt everyone else, but also get myself ahead here. Discard 2 cards. Everyone must discard. Discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards now. Discard 2 cards now. Discard 2 cards now. Dune the Desert Planet. And a dagger. Okay, so pretty minimal expenditure for the Baron there. I'm hoping that it took him, just off of his Spice Must Flow. See, right now it's still showing me with 10 persuasion. Why is that? Is it because this is still just like floating in this weird limbo zone? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't have 10. That's another little thing I think that should be adjusted, because there's no reason for it to show 10 while this is, it's not in my hand. Look at all my combat cards. Oh boy. Will I ever get to use them? Recalling an agent. Swordmaster. That is a late Swordmaster for the Baron. And it's 8. Okay, so that's 1 Spice Must Flow that's blocked. I mean, that was blocked by everyone having to discard 2 cards. So I was disappointed to draw this Spice Must Flow because it stopped me from buying another one. But being in my hand, it will get me to 6 Spice. So it does open up a Hayliner option for my next turn. Ooh, Peter. All right, well, it's a reveal. I guess I'm getting Spice here anyway. I could retreat that troop, but no, I'd like to have 3 Spice. There's nothing really worth getting, I don't think. There is an argument for space travel to... I'm going to get the space travel. The reason to get it is that it's another access to Hayliner, right? For that reason, do I also get Guild Administrator? No. That's the limit. Does he get the trigger off of that? He does. Okay. Wait a minute. Now I'm just going to be getting fourth? No, that's not acceptable. I might as well use one of these to get second. Yeah. So currently this would still put me into second place. Okay, so the reason I did that is if I didn't do it, I was going to get absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But spending the intrigue card refunds it and gets me 3 spice. So I think that was well worth doing. It also makes these two jokers tie for third, so they both get absolutely nothing. So I'm happy with that. That's... I don't think that's super exciting. Okay, so I'm lined up for a Hayliner here, which I think I have to do. Unfortunately, I have no troops in my garrison. So... It's not that strong, honestly. One more Solari would have been nice to get some rally troops. I would like to get this as well. At the moment, there's no hurry on doing Hayliner, theoretically. So... maybe I do this first. Get that alliance. The issue there... okay, I'll have to just use this. Because I'll have too many... oh, no, I won't. Okay, let me just do this. Oh, yeah. Well, I can just burn that one. All right. Dune the Desert Planet can go. Or should it be Dagger? Maybe it's Dagger, actually. Yeah, it's Dagger. Because the Dune might get me to a Spice Must Flow. The Dagger won't. Dagger can go. Okay. Burn that off. And there we go. So I think unless somebody else collects some spice, I'm gonna kind of hang on to this Hayliner play. I don't want people. I don't want to advertise it ahead of time. You know what I mean? Hmm. There's an interesting move I could make where I use the signet ring, getting me an extra spice, puts me at 8 spice. I use the bypass protocol to throw Stilgar on top of my deck, draw it with the Kwisatz Haderach, and that gets me extra. That gets me 3 extra swords for the fight, which could be critical. It also gets me 2 extra persuasion instead of this dagger, which might let me get a spice must flow. I should have enough for a spice must flow anyway. It's going to be hard to beat this. Even with the Hayliner, but I could potentially do it. So if I go to Carthag here, that's going to kind of... I'm going to have to commit to using that. But I think it's the play. It's going to get me 1 troop plus 4, 5. It's going to put me at 6 troops, which ties him. Plus my intrigue cards. Ooh. That might change things. Okay, I have to do this because I don't want anything stolen from secrets. But actually, I can't afford to use this 2 spice because both of these cost spice. So we'll just acquire a card that costs 3 or less. Can I choose not to? I don't really want any of these, I don't think. What if I cancel? No, I have to. Okay. Well, it's Arrakis Liaison, I guess. All right, so I will have Spice Must Flow money anyway. The Kwisatz Haderach, playing it won't lose me any influence. What options does Mimic have here? In terms of adding more troops, there are no good options. Okay, that does let him throw in one, which he opted not to do. Now, theoretically, I still don't have to do this. I could use an Arrakis liaison and then do it, but then I'd be out persuasion. So that's not a good choice. So I'm going to have to do this while people can sort of see everything I'm up to, which is not ideal. But that's how it's going to go. I might even just use this agent just to avoid freeing up these spaces in case anybody else happened to want to use them. Because I'm going to be drawing a dagger, and I'm not going to be using the dagger. And I'm not going to be using anything else. So I'm just going to send this last agent here. In we go. All right. Let's see how this plays out. Latex here is still sitting with 2 agents. Nerdetritus with 1. Mimic already tapped out. There's 4 swords revealed from the Baron, which, depending on the intrigue cards, could be relevant. Picks up another Spice Must Flow. If this goes well, it could be game over. Wait. Yeah, because I'm buying a Spice Must Flow, puts me to 8. If I end up winning this, that's 10, and that's a bingo. So... let's see. Secure contract. Am I in danger here? No. Okay, he didn't have the spice to activate the shifting allegiances. Anyway, there's 4 swords. That's not great. That's not great. Spice. The spice must flow. It absolutely must. If there's one thing the spice must do, it's flow. Okay, that's that. So I have to open up with the Allied Armada. Let's hope the beast doesn't have enough here. So the previous turn, the beast was sitting on 2 intrigue cards. Oh, what's this now? What? Wait, what? Is Leto gonna win this? So this is what I have to lead with. Because neither of these are enough. 5 would tie it. So in the, if this game were the way it's supposed to be, I could lead with that. But, all right, let's do this. I'll pass now. If somebody else plays something, I will get another chance. That much I at least know works in the game. Oh, no. Wait, what? Does the Baron have another massive intrigue card here? What is he up to? Just doing it for the hell of it? Okay, I'm fine with that. Does anyone have any massive endgame intrigue cards? Plans within plans. That could be worth... How many points is that worth for him? Corner of the market. Okay, I think that the game has just ended. The chat not going through? Yeah. Whoa! Yeah! Okay. Well, we did it. We did it. A victory with Earl Memnon Thorvald, depends on where he's from. Um, Merci, Monsieur Thorvald. Um, that worked out. I mean, even despite the sort of catastrophe of that conflict where I should have been able to win it with the proper intrigue card rules of the real game as opposed to the weird way that it's implemented currently digitally. Anyway, it worked out. Happy to win the game. It was a very good game. It was a close game. It looked like it was anybody's game for a lot of it. I was not feeling good about it for kind of the mid game. I had a nice early start, got the early Swordmaster, early High Council seat. And then it kind of stalled out. I lost my alliance. I didn't think I was going to get it back. I was kind of fighting to get it back, not really knowing if it would work. I invested really heavily into the Kwisatz Haderach, right? Grabbing that early with an early reveal, leaving 2 agents unused. I wasn't sure if that was a great idea, but I just decided to go for it. Then later, I ended up kind of investing, losing my alliance in order to go to selective breeding to once again kind of power up the Kwisatz Haderach plan. I think it kind of evened out, at least. The investment I put into it did pay off. I think I was able to play the card at least 3 times throughout the game. And it led to a victory. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. So we're going to put this, go to the waiting room screen on the stream for a couple of minutes. And I'll be back for another game. So, grab a glass of water, grab a snack, and I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. And we're back. Okay, so let's see if we can get another game going here. Async. Did I make it in? Okay, we're in, just like that. Standard leader selection, so we should have a choice between two. Okay, I just played Memnon, so let's go with Ilban. And, whatever. I'm not even going to look at the Imperium row because I'm picking Ilban. I can look now, though. Ooh. The Lady Jessica, Guild Ambassador, Liet Kynes, Scout, Bene Gesserit, Sister. Obviously, the tastiest treat here is the Lady Jessica. That sounded a little... I mean, that sounded a little lascivious, let's say. Didn't mean it that way. It's a great card to have, obviously. Everyone's going to be wanting that. It's going to be hard to pick up. Okay, I was the first pick. I'm not sure if that means anything. I am the first player. Mecha, who's your favorite character to play so far? That's a tough question. Honestly, I like them all. I like them all. I think they're all interesting. They all have their own things going on. Okay, let me think about what I'm going to do with this turn. Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's just going to be a classic here. I think we're going to go Seek Allies into this. Although next turn I actually can't get the Sword Master, which is a kind of a bummer. Regardless, maybe I could go Wealth instead. I hate not having a green card next turn. That really sucks. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Deploy troops. We'll throw in one. I don't know if this is actually the right way to go. Here, ideally, the reason to do this is to get a bunch of Solari so that you can go round 2 Swordmaster or High Council seat. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that because next turn I don't have green access. So it's a little bit... It's a little bit odd. Something I could do would be use my Signet Ring to go to Arakeen to draw a card. Never mind. I think going back to your question, Mecha, about favorite leader, I think the one that I maybe have the most fun with is Helena Richese, because I like being able to pick cards off the Imperium row for myself, and I like not being blocked on city spaces or Landsrat spaces. Just, it feels good to play her. That doesn't mean that I've necessarily won the most games with her. Because I don't think I actually have. I'm not sure if I've won any live matches with her yet. I've played a couple. All right. I could fight for maybe even tying for first. But no, I have no good way to put in more troops at this point. I could put in 2 troops here. Yeah. I think I'm still doing this, even though I can't maximize this whole plan. There's an argument to be made to go. There's even an argument to be made to go to Hall of Oratory to pick up the Bene Gesserit's sister, because otherwise I can't get anything. If I do that, I definitely lose this. All right, let's just do this. How bad do I want this? Let's do it. I have 2 daggers. So, I might tie with the Baron here and just kind of mess with him a little bit. Okay, but he is able to do this, so never mind. It should be second, although if Leto has 2 daggers in hand, then it'll be a tie for second, which kind of sucks. I have to say the Beast, actually. I really like the Beast Raban. What's his name? Glossu Raban. I just like the simplicity of the Beast. I love getting extra troops with the Signet Ring. It's just like, okay, you know what you're doing when you're playing the Beast, right? You want to get a faction alliance as soon as you can. You just want to throw troops into the conflict. It's pretty satisfying. And he starts with extra resources. He starts with 1 Solari and 1 Spice, in addition to the 1 water everyone starts with. Which is just, it's nice. So, okay. This is a hard fought skirmish. Jesus. All right, with my 1, do I want a scout? Do I want a scout for 1? Honestly, I am going to take the scout for 1. I can't believe how hard fought this skirmish is. How about you, Meko? Who's your favorite? The Harkonnen guy? Which one? The Baron or the Beast? Look at the Bene Gesserit action on this board here. Man, oh man. The Baron. Yeah, I love the Baron too. Jeez. Oh man. Well, I get 1 spice for all of my 3 troops. Yeah, the Baron is nice. Obviously, just getting 2 influence bumps is a nice thing to do, but on top of that, what I like about it is it gives you direction in the game, right? Kind of forcing you to choose. Wow, early alliance. Where your influence is going at the beginning of the game kind of gives you a bit of focus, which I like. If this is still here, I'm going to get it. Okay. Oh, man. All right. I still should be good next turn for Sal Melange into Swordmaster. Although I won't be able to get the Swordmaster because this guy's going to snag it next turn. Yeah, that's a bummer. But I think I do want this free 2 spice. That seems good. Unless I want to go completely insane. Early reveal and just take Jessica. I mean, the early reveal did work out last game. It worked out last game. I'm kind of not accomplishing a whole lot this turn. There could be an argument for it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll take the Freeman bump just to open up Siege Tabor right now. And that's that. All right. So this is 2 games. Hey, it worked out last game. That's why I'm doing it again. Is last game I made a similar move where I early revealed, wasted 2 agents in order to grab Kwisatz Haderach. Now, is Jessica as powerful as Kwisatz Haderach? No, but she's very good. So whatever. I wasn't able to do much of consequence this turn, right? I mean, I could have gotten the 2 spice. That would have been good. But I have no troops to throw in. I could have gone to one of these spaces. It would have been good to get 2 spice and 3 Solari, for example. Also was another option for me. But given that my choices were not what I really wanted, which was, Sal Melange into Swordmaster, I decided, fuck it. And look at all these Bene Gesserit cards here. Man, oh man. Well, there's fewer all the time. Oh dear. Okay. The spice is building up over here. We'll see how this scout goes. I'm kind of giving him a chance. This game, it's not a card I usually buy. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, the Imperial Basin. Yeah. Gets picked up. Time Monk here is probably going to pick up a Swordmaster. Ooh, boy. How did that happen? Was that... I feel like that was too... Okay, did the Shifting Allegiances. Paul Atreides making friends with the Freeman. Who would have thought? Okay, there's the Swordmaster. So unfortunately, that's not available to me. this round. And sadly, there's no way for me to get to... Like, I was thinking maybe I get the High Council seat instead for the Kwisatz Haderach, and maybe it's worth trying to do that for next turn. But it still has to be sell Melange here. Sell. So I think we'll just use this. Use the Dune. And we'll sell it all. I think I actually will get the High Council seat here. Given the hand that I'm looking at next turn, there's a reasonable chance that I get it. There's a reasonable chance I get to 8 next turn, and I'm able to pick up the Kwisatz Haderach. Maybe it'll be another early reveal. Meanwhile, this is just being given away. I'm nowheresville on all of this. But, you know, what are you going to do? Going to the High Council will also draw me a card, which could be good or bad. But I'm going to do it. What do we got? It's a Dune, unfortunately, right? If it had been a convincing argument or Jessica, that would have been the Kwisatz Haderach right now, but 'twas not. But it does mean that I should be able to get it next turn. Depends how willing I am to just skip my whole round to do it. Baron already had 5 points here. Two faction alliances already. That's quite impressive. That really is quite impressive. Snipe hunt. As for what I'm going to be picking up this turn, definitely the Bene Gesserit sister if I can. Oh, would that it could have been the Reverend Mother Mohayim instead. Would that it could. Guild Ambassador. I'm not exactly likely to get the Spacing Guild Alliance here, but it is nice to be able to get that. And the Mentat is a space I'm going to want to visit. But honestly, I'm tempted to just get more Arrakis liaisons here. All right, we'll take the Ambassador. I'm taking the Ambassador because the green access is pretty decent for Ilban. And, you know, he might end up getting me a point here. Or even the spice as well can be handy. I'm probably going to want to be visiting selective breeding if I can to try to get my Jessica Morofin. I'm already thinking like I have this in my deck, which I do not at this point. It's looking decent. Nobody else has a High Council seat yet. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. I may want to actually play my cards. Look at the stuff here. I mean, honestly, it's definitely not as good as the Kwisatz Haderach, right? But there's a lot of good stuff here. And I'm just thinking about how am I going to get my Swordmaster? I want to get it next round. Diplomacy to wealth, I guess. All right, so Paul Atreides wins the conflict there. I'm kind of happy it's not the Baron. The Baron is already in enough of a lead. Okay. It's going to be pretty tricky for me to try to pull this off, honestly. Let's say I go diplomacy to wealth to get me the Solari. Then I go dagger to Swordmaster. I'll be sitting at 7 Solari. Well, the other dagger could then go to Hall of Oratory potentially. There is an opportunity here. It also means avoiding this entirely once again. Okay, there's my Swordmaster money. So the option, I shouldn't say the option, the possibility is still there. Dagger to Swordmaster, other dagger to Hall of Oratory, and that's 8. I would say it's unlikely that anybody else will have enough to do it. As you can tell, I'm just basically totally focused on this part of the game right now. I'm not paying a lot of attention to my faction tracks. I'm not paying much attention to the conflicts. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. The other thing is getting the Swordmaster will also draw me a card. So that also opens up potential other options. Maybe I won't have to go to the Hall of Oratory. We'll see. It feels a little bad to not use the Lady Jessica for the card draw and like the faction access here, but I mean, that 3 persuasion is there for a reason. She is a very persuasive woman. I mean, honestly, that's underselling it. 3? She's probably one of the most persuasive people alive, you know? Maybe not. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but she's good. Yeah, Mecca, the Harkonnen faction, you like them in the movie? I haven't seen the movie. I've read all the books. Well, the Frank Herbert books. And they are cool, but I could imagine that they might be pretty cool in the movie. The visuals, I'm sure the visual style is good. If there's one thing Denis Villeneuve can do, it's make a movie that looks cool. All right, let's grab the Swordmaster. Interesting. Definitely check out the movie. Yeah. I totally believe that the art team did a great job. Like, I've seen Denis Villeneuve's other movies, Blade Runner 2049 in particular. You know, just the cinematography, the photography, the direction, the sets, like the art design. It was incredibly artistically beautiful. I didn't like the movie that much, to be honest, but it looked cool. And there were things I liked about it for sure. And then Dune, the issue for me is more that I love the book so much, it makes me not want to watch the movie because I prefer to just have the books in my mind without kind of having everything being overwritten by the way everything looks in the movie or whatever. And I'm guaranteed to be annoyed with it for sure. Because you can't fit you just can't fit all of the cool stuff in the book into, even though they split it into two movies. I'm aware it's like part 1 and part 2, even then. Also, a lot of what is really fascinating about the book is the writing style. You get a lot of what people are thinking about. There's a lot of like interesting linguistic stuff going on. People talk about the specific words that they choose and why. The way that the voice power is explained in the books is really interesting to me, and it's a lot of stuff will be lost. I mean, that's just how movies and books work. Okay, so this is actually 2 persuasion if I want it to be. Can I use this? Let's just say I send her to Hall of Oratory for a laugh. That's -3. That goes down to 4, up to 5, 6, 7. Draw 2 cards. It's probably still enough. But it's a little crazy. I don't think I want to get that crazy. Do I? 2, 4, 6. Let's not get too crazy. There's even an argument there that I should have just early revealed to make sure. It shows that I have 8, but I actually have 10. I don't know that... Son of a... Yeah, I should have early revealed. Okay, well, given that, it's going to be the Reverend Mother Mahayam for sure, if she's still there. Okay, she's still there at least. And we'll see if a good 4 pops up. Okay, well, that is very depressing. It's thematically appropriate, though, right? Paul Atreides picks up the Kwisatz Haderach. Ooh, he's got some Bene Gesserit cards, too. Ooh, he's got the other memory to combo with it. Yeah. I really should have early revealed there. What did I get out of it? 1 troop? Persuasion that I'm probably not going to use. But that's what happened. 2 remaining. Do I want another Arrakis liaison? How many do I have? Do I have any? No? Well, Well, I could also... yeah, there's this persuasion here. I could get a space travel. Let's do that. All right, so things did not really go the way I wanted, but I can maybe make people pay with the discard. So that's 2 games in a row with the Reverend Mother, Gaius Helen Mahayam. Let's see if we can make her work for us. Tie Monk stealing the Freeman Alliance from the Baron. Kind of makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense that the Baron would have an alliance with the Freeman in the first place, but... okay. Now what? I'd kind of like to start angling for things like Mentat. Some water would not go totally... look at the water on these people. Let's throw some troops in. So obviously like I said, I wanted to get in position for Mentat, and I don't have that option at this point. That's okay. Sorry, just managing something for a second there. Okay, what's happening here? Shifting allegiances. Paul, what are you doing? Locking up the Freeman Alliance? Yeah. That alliance has gone to 3 different players. The Baron had it. The Duke had it. Now the young Duke has it. And I'm just sitting here going, oh yeah. That's cool. It's cool to have alliances. Okay. Where am I going next? I think it'll be Arakeen if I have the opportunity. And I will not have the opportunity. Okay. Then I guess it'll be Carthag. Interesting. Do I want to deploy another troop here? I will, because I would like to get the more Solari, but also I'd like to get that spice if I can pull out the win. This is looking tasty, but I don't really expect it to make it all the way over to me here. Imperial Basin. Okay, that makes sense. That's 2 spice for him. Doesn't have to spend his water. Thai Monk. Going to fold space. So I actually have a bit of a difficult decision because I'm sitting at 5 persuasion right now. It would be nice to... I think Thufir would be the one I would go for. Just access everywhere. Is that better than getting 3 spice right now? Yeah, I think so. And I'm pretty sure that's the one I want. Going to Freeman is not going to help too much at this point. It is nice to get water, but we're going to go Thufir. And just get some more, solid faction access alliance in here. Faction access. Faction access that draws cards. And reveals for intrigue, which is pretty cool. All right, Paul's setting up for a Swordmaster now. So far, I'm the only one with a High Council seat. It's looking pretty good for me winning this conflict. We'll see. But, if Leto just drew a whole slew of swords here, potentially he could get first place. I'm not sure if he has 5 swords worth of cards in his deck. But, he might be able to get second. Maybe he's just going for third. Stilgar picked up by the Baron. Hall of Oratory. So Paul potentially looking for his friend Gurney. A reveal of 10. Not enough to overcome my swords here, but enough to slide into second place. Is it going to be Gurney and Duncan? That's quite a combo. Quite a combo. Yeah, that is so funny. The Duke with his 2 main lieutenants, Duncan Idaho and Gurney Halleck. Okay, the theme is strong in this one. Paul Atreides has a Freeman alliance. The Baron has an Imperial alliance. The Duke has Gurney and Duncan working for him. Paul Atreides is the Kwisatz Haderach. It's all happening. And then who knows what the hell Ilban is up to. He's not even a character in the books. Okay, so I did win. I collect my Solari. I'm also going to collect my Spice. So that's a good thing. We're going to raid some stockpiles. Okay, so the nice thing about having a bunch of Solari here, I've already got my Swordmaster, I've already got my High Council seat, but now it opens up Mentats, which are so good for Ilban because it's draw 2 cards. And it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of that here. Worm Riders is the new big card available here. We'll see if I get a chance to take the Mentat. I mean, everybody here has Solari. The question is, what do they want to do with it? The Baron is kind of the only one in a way that is likely to do it this turn. Paul is going to go for Swordmaster. Leto, I would guess, is going to go for the High Council seat. Yeah, I'm just really hoping I can get the Mentat to draw 2 cards and give me some more options, because at the moment my options are not great. I mean, Rally Troops is another thing I could do that wouldn't be bad. It'd be nice to have some soldiers ready to rock and roll. Winning this conflict would also be... Well, let me think about it here. Look at all this spice. I haven't been seeing this. 4 spice sitting right there. That's extremely tempting as well. You know, I'd like to get up to Hayliner. To Hayliner money. Spice, right? 6 spices Hayliner. I'm sitting on 3. I could get that either by winning this conflict or... Okay, well, yeah. It's just too juicy, right? Ooh, that combo. That is really... No, and my Mentat is gone. All right, so all of my dreams are dead. Given that all of my dreams are dead, I guess it's going to be Rally Troops. There's a case to be made that grabbing this 2 spice would still be, you know, decent. But I'm going to Rally Troops because that's also going to draw me a card. I could get Spice out of the Guild Ambassador also if I don't want to take... Okay, so this is... it's kind of a tough call here. I could go Spice here. I'm going to do it this way. That's interesting. I'm going to take that. Okay, so I'm sitting at a potential 7 persuasion right now, which doesn't do a whole lot. Selective breeding, yeah, of course. If you're Paul Atreides right now, this is an incredible space. Just keep thinning your deck. Just keep comboing this Kwisatz Haderach, other memory. And you've got a nice card to trash. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Oh, that early reveal that I didn't take, that Kwisatz Haderach could have been mine instead of his. And what did I get for it? A fucking troop from the Hall of Or. I mean, I did make a good speech. People were talking about that speech. They said, "Did you hear that speech by Ilban Richese?" I mean, it was incredible. So I do appreciate that. All right. I think I want to do this now. I don't like feeding Paul that spice, but it's going to let me put some troops in, which is something I would like to do. So let me do that. We'll put in a couple troops. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll make our decision. So at the moment, 2 swords supporting this, could be 4, right? So I have the option of either using her for 2 persuasion, which would bring me to 6, which could get me a Worm Riders, which wouldn't be terrible. Or I use her for the swords. We'll see how things look. Or, I mean, the other option, of course, is I actually use her to go to, like, secrets, which I might do. Acquire a card. Okay. Everybody has a sword master now. So, I mean, things are not looking great for me at the moment, right? I'm sitting on a lowly 2 points. We've got 5-4-5. All this action is happening. At the moment, nobody is super contesting me here. The Baron theoretically could, but the Baron is out of agents. I don't care too much about this Worm Riders, so I'm going to use the sister here. We're going to go to secrets. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm now 1 influence away on 3 different tracks from a point. Worst case scenario in this conflict should be that I get 1 spice, but it's looking like I'm going to get 3 in an intrigue. So I'll be ready to jump on the Hayliner next round. I have 3 cards that can take me there out of 10. And nobody else has the spice for it at the moment, although we'll see what happens with the rest of this round. Paul now going to the Hall of Oratory, banking up some troops for next round. Leto gets the High Council seat. And it's my turn to reveal. So let's reveal. A couple of daggers join the fight. 4 to spend. I guess it's a shifting allegiances. I may not necessarily use it, but it's still 2 persuasion on a reveal. There is an argument for just not getting stuff because I have some degree of combo here and I have good cards I'd rather get, right? So I'm considering not doing it. It's a really good card. I'll get it. Dr. Yue is a card I usually don't mind for 1, but I'm gonna... For thematic reasons, I'm not gonna buy Dr. Yue. We'll see if the Duke picks him up and he gets screwed by him. Okay, so I need to get Spice Must Flows, although it's going to be hard to have the most. Because people have already been buying them. He did. He did. He got him. Leto has Dr. Yue, Gurney Halleck, and Duncan Idaho. He's just missing Jessica. Unfortunately, sorry, buddy. Jessica's hanging out with me. All right, we're going to pass. All right. Unfortunately, that Allied Armada is pretty far away from being usable. All right, there's the space travel. So that is going to be a Hayliner, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, Paul is lining up now for a Hayliner. Now, if he has his Kwisatz Haderach again, he could counter Hayliner me. Shifting allegiances. Paul. God damn it. Well, he doesn't have Hayliner money anymore. There is, given that people don't have enough spice to do the Hayliner yet, I'm considering using Jessica to selective breeding and see if I can combo her with the Reverend Mother here. It's a little bit risky, but not really. Nobody has a good way of getting instant spice. Now, the danger there is that does cost me persuasion, kind of, but I'm going to do it. So let's get some cards, baby. All right, what do we want to trash? I think I could lose a dagger at this point. There she is. Let's draw some more. The whole team is showing up here. All right. All right, this is looking like potentially a big turn here. Now, the other players should be pretty worried about me going to Hayliner here, right? They can see I have 6 spice. They just saw me draw 1,000,000 cards. So the chances of my being able to go to Hayliner are very high. Now, we know that I already could do it, but from their perspective, maybe I couldn't, and maybe that's why I went here. So they don't know for sure, but it's a pretty high chance. All right. So the next play, I hope nobody goes to wealth, because in order for me to trigger this, she needs to be able to go somewhere, and she can't go to either of these two spaces right now. I can't send her to conspire if I want to go to the Hayliner, so I just have to hope that Leto doesn't block me at wealth for some reason, and he didn't. All right, so let's make everybody drop 2 cards. That's going to be hilarious to make Paul drop 2. Because he won't be able to use his last agent. Ooh, Leto going in hard on this. All right. All right, everybody. Discard your cards. 2 games in a row of this. Okay, well, I mean, this is what happened. I didn't get the Kwisatz Haderach from that early reveal. And I got the Reverend Mother instead, so now hopefully she's paying off. I'm really excited to see what Paul discards here. Oh, discarding Eliette Kynes. That is potentially very painful. It was a dagger and a spice must flow. Okay, so it wasn't actually that big of a deal for him, I guess. So that's going to get me the point here on the Imperial track. That might hurt. And then we're going to be looking at a Hayliner. What's my last card here? A Signet Ring. Thufir. I'm going to get an intrigue card out of the Thufir reveal here, which is pretty nice. We'll be able to pick up a Spice Must Flow. I don't really know how many everybody has. I know that there have been a few picked up. Here's something that also that's a little bit weird in the game. In the actual 0-0 reveal. Sorry, pal. In the real board game, Spice Must Flow. Ooh. Okay, I like this. Oh, I like this a lot because they don't know that I'm about to fly in with... Although... The Hayliner might not actually be enough, depending on what Leto does here. If he throws in 2, he'll be at 7 troops. Which is all I can throw in, right? And I have no boost. What's this? Yeah, I have no... Ah, that's a real bummer. So, that really sucks because actually now I'm not sure it's even worth it for me to go to Hayliner here. I put in 7 troops that matches Leto's 7 troops, and there's a good chance that he edges me out. I don't have a good combat card. Oh, man. That really hurts. That really hurts. And what are my other options? I mean, I can go here and collect some spice, I guess. Go in for third place. Alternatively, go get some water to set me up for a research station. Oh, man. Yeah, there's really no point. There's no point in doing it. I mean, I would like to get that faction bump is the only thing. Do I just go to fold space? That seems pretty whack. And then they're going to know that I could have done it and didn't, which is a little strange. Hmm. I'm doing that just because I want that faction bump. I'm going to see if I can get an alliance out of that. Oh. That makes me so sad. But at least I didn't waste it, right? You know, I waited until the last second because I knew that I could afford to. And by doing that, I didn't do it unnecessarily here. Now, maybe if I had done it, it would have scared somebody off or whatever. But yeah, so I went here, and he did have daggers there. Yeah. So the best I could have gotten was second, and second would have been nice. I mean, I would have liked to get another intrigue card and some more spice. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that call. Going here, still getting the faction influence. It means that I might be able to get that alliance, which would unlock the Allied Armada for maybe the final conflict or something. All right, we'll get a Spice Must Flow. This is going to get me an intrigue card as well. Chome shares. Well, that's pretty interesting. That's interesting. The good news is that it's Leto who's winning here, who is at 5 rather than Paul. Obviously, I would have preferred to win it myself. That would have been better. Ooh. Paul's getting close to victory here. If I can get another Spice Must Flow, that means I have 2 potential secret victory points. I'm thinking about all of these little influence points I could potentially get, including if I win this. This guy is worth 1 with the guild. This could be another with the guild. That would be the alliance right there. Shifting allegiances, I could potentially try to jump up on there. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, do I want to get a Mentat here? Could be a good time for it. There's also a potential that I could get a victory point out of him this turn. If I can get the alliance without using him, if I could use the shifting allegiances, for example, to do it, then I actually reveal him and get a point. That could be big. It's a little bit weird, but I'm gonna do that. Let's see what I get here. Okay, it's not quite spice must flow money, unfortunately. Let me do this. I'm going to drop my Imperium point, and I'm just going to have to get it back again. We're going to get that. I now have an alliance which opens up the Armada. I'm not going to use that right now. So I'm going to be spending spice on this. I'm going to be spending Solari on this. I've got a lot of extra points, kind of, here. I don't know that I can fight for this win. That's a little bit disappointing. Water would be a good thing for me to get so that I can hit the research station. Even just hitting it next turn to try to combo. Maybe I can combo the Reverend Mother again. This 4 spice is what I want to get if I can, though, honestly. If it's there, then, you know, I want it. Is there a way... Hold on a second. Let's say I go up here with Thufir. That gets me my point back. That puts me at 7, 8, 9. I could potentially... There's a chance I could end the game this round. If I can end with enough for Spice Must Flow. Let me see. Most of these cards give me persuasion, but not all of them. If I use Thufir, I go down to 7, but I'll draw a card. I don't think the chances are good enough. I mean, it's maybe something like 50-50, honestly. Should I take a 50-50 chance of winning the game right now? Can I get a spice must flow some other way? Okay, he doesn't have green access, eh? It's good to know. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm rolling the dice. Come on, big persuasion. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, I'm at 7 points now. That's 8. That's 9. Buying a spice must flow is 10. Corner of the market makes it 11. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes, 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 yes. Now, is there a way for this to get screwed up on me? Maybe. We'll see. I would love for the Baron to win this, I think. He would just mess with Paul here. Can't mess with me. Okay, and so what am I doing? What am I doing now? I can afford to do something still. Like, I could go to Hall of Oratory just for a laugh, I guess. I cannot play this. I cannot play this. I could play either the Dune the Desert Planet or I could play the Signet Ring. What would that do for me? I mean, if I go to Rally Troops, it'll draw me a card, which I don't know. Maybe I'll decide I want to... No, I can't spend my Solari. Can't spend my Solari. I need that for this. Just thinking of like trying to line up for a tiebreaker, getting an extra spice here, but that's just going to give one over here, which doesn't really mean a whole lot. But I don't think I want to tip my hand as to what I'm doing just yet. So I might as well just use this to go somewhere. Hall of Oratory, I guess. Just grab some Solari for the hell of it. Okay. Maybe, I mean, theoretically, it would have made more sense for me to go to Hall of Oratory first to delay myself here, but I don't think it matters. I think this is it. I have what I need, right? Yeah, there's my 3 spice. I've got 2 spice must flows. Okay, what does this mean? 1, 2, 3. I keep doing the math to make sure I haven't screwed it up somehow. But this should be it. Took a gamble, but I think it was the right gamble to make because, maybe I could have pulled it out in a future turn, but I liked taking that gamble. So let's just go ahead. We're going to be doing an early reveal here, I think. Is there any risk in giving... I can't do anything else. So we'll do the trump chairs. Let's do that. Let's reveal. Yes. Get my point out of the guild. We'll get a spice must flow. Bingo, bango, bimbo. We are at 10 points, just like that. And we'll see. People have a chance to respond. It's looking good. I don't have a lot of spice for a tiebreaker, but this is going to be worth 1 point. I'm pretty sure I don't have more than anybody else. Paul trying to figure out how he can do this. Okay, going to Hayliner. If he wins, where can he get the most value out of this bump? Not here. Not here. He already has that alliance. He could get 1 point here or 1 point here. Wait a minute now. Can he steal my alliance? Looks like no. Is he eating a spice must flow? Okay. So the corner of the market here... Wait a minute. How much did he have in his reveal? Oh, not much. Okay, so buying cards just for the hell of it here. And Time Monk has already revealed. Everyone has already revealed. It's time for the intrigue cards during the combat phase. Nothing is happening, and it looks like... Snipe Hunt, what you got? Can Snipe Hunt get an extra point here just for... I mean, he could steal this alliance if he wins this. It's going to be pretty hard to win. 20 strength gap here. I mean, theoretically, if he had two... Yeah. He'd have to have 2 Alliance Armadas, I think, to actually pull that off. Maybe he can tie, just for a laugh. All right, so Paul Atreides... So here's the thing. He might be thinking that he's going to... Well, he would lose the Spice tiebreaker already, even if he's at 10, right? So we're tied at 10 points. But I win the Spice tiebreaker regardless. Oh, I did have more Spice must flow than anybody else? Okay, huge. Control the Universe scored 2 victory points in a single game from Corner of the Market. Okay. Control the Universe. That's a pretty big deal. I don't know if anybody's still here, but good game just in case. Okay, well, that marks a nice end to the day here. 2 games, 2 victories. So that's the best day yet that I've had on stream here for Dune Imperium Digital. I've had a couple of times where I won one and lost the other, which is already, I think, pretty good. 50% out of 4 player games. But winning both feels good. And both of them, I mean, there were some gambles taken, right? The first game, going hard for that Kwisatz Haderach. The second game, going hard for the Jessica and trying to go hard for the Kwisatz Haderach, not going as hard as I perhaps should have. Opting out of an early reveal, ending up with the Gaius Mother, Reverend Helen instead. Anyway, it all worked out there. Having those secret points was really fun at the end. The secret point out of the Chom shares, the secret point out of the Guild Negotiator, and the 2 secret points out of this the victory card at the end. Okay, that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thanks everybody for watching. Merci beaucoup. 谢谢你们. And check out the YouTube channel. All this stuff goes up there along with extra stuff like skirmishes and challenges. That's youtube.com/@bludgeontv, or just search for Dune Imperium Digital and you'll find me there. This is twitch.tv/bludgeon, streaming every in Eastern time, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m., Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you very much for following and watching. It's a treat and chatting. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.